welcome to the Rumbold Vocal Prize. I don't know if you feel this yet, but we kind of say that you are already winners by being here. Thank you to the Rumbold family. They've helped by creating this legacy that reaches far beyond what this week will be. It strengthens Edmonton Opera, it enriches the cultural life of our city, and this gift also ensures that the next generation of Canadian singers has a stage on which you can grow and shine. And you will this week.
They have an intense week of coachings and masterclasses, and then at the end of the week, they get to present their music to an audience and perform and sing with joy. And we have to sit there and trouble ourselves over who's gonna win.
My name is Queen Hezumuryango. I was originally a musical theater kid. Never thought that opera could be fun. I thought it was very serious. But there are a lot of moments of silliness. So yeah, that's when I really got into opera in university.
I'm Duncan Stenhouse. I love being on stage. I love, sharing a story with an audience. It's such a brilliant culmination of so many different art forms.
Sometimes you find something in life that doesn't really feel like work. Opera is such an amazing blend of catharsis and visceral use of your body that it kind of feels as natural as walking or talking.
Being here means everything to me. I haven't been part of a formal young artist program yet, and having something like this to be recognized on such a large level, a national level in Canada, is everything. I hope from this entire experience that I feel proud of myself and of all the hard work, regardless of what happens.
I feel so lucky to be part of this, and to win first place would be such an honor.
It's exceedingly difficult to be really good in opera, and that's because there's so many elements at work. It's translating, you're singing in a foreign language, pronouncing it properly so that you're doing the piece justice. There's so many elements that make it hard, even before you think about, do I sing well enough to be heard across an orchestra? What a beautiful instrument you have. I'm just wondering if anyone's ever kind of addressed just a little bit of action that's happening here. Notice for yourself if you're using your tongue to get the energy for that ping in your sound.
So some of the notes I got was a little bit of releasing this, I want to say, jaw tension. It's the idea of just letting go of the manipulation of sound. It was really interesting because it's not something I've heard a ton yet.
Now indulge even more. That is a moment that I think a conductor would give you.
There's always some room to grow. So I really got to allow myself the freedom to take liberty and to own your sort of artistry.
I have a favor.
Yeah.
I would like your first va to be forte. It's an explosion. It's like she loses it.
So what I'm taking away from this is that I should remember the dynamics that are written on the page.
You have a gorgeous ooh vowel. Love the ooh vowel. Take a thumbs up on the ooh. The aw does not always get a thumbs up.
Doing a masterclass is a little bit nerve-wracking, but the pressure is off a little bit because you get to play around, you get to toy with things and potentially fix the corners that aren't going well.
Yeah.
I always record any sort of lessons or masterclasses like this. I think I'll be able to digest it once I listen back and actually spend some time with it.
I feel like I really got a lot out of the masterclass with Tracy. You know, I've really taken away some things that I'll be able to take into the practice room and really work on.
I think there's always something important to learn from other people. I think I learned a lot about myself just because of how much I've sung this week, how much I've done. I've really learned a lot about my own voice and what I need and what I don't need. Sometimes you look at a score, you do exactly what's there, and you lose the soul of the piece.
You're actually connecting too much and not trusting that those notes are below. Let it happen, allow it. So when I do that weird little gesture with my hand, it's like, it's right next door. Don't try to bury it. One more time with vowels, with this little gesture, and see what happens. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's much more sound naturally.
Oh gosh.
What I've been working on this week has been finding more softness and intimacy in my performance. Typically, you're singing with a pretty big orchestra, so being heard is very important. What ends up happening for me is that I just end up singing medium loud to loud.
That was a pretty good Be Natural for me.
That was a very good piece.
I've been a little bit under the weather coming in. When your body starts betraying you and maybe not acting the way you're used to on a daily basis, it really makes you have to work for it a little bit harder. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a few evenings quite upset and feeling like I wasn't able to prove myself here. You know, at the beginning of this week, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this. But I'm now on the other end being like, heck yeah, I can do this. I've proved to myself that I can, and I will.
I'm really eager to to get to the performance already. When I'm on the stage, it's just like an indescribable feeling. It's so much fun.
I think I want to give the best performance possible for me, and just to know that, you know, I feel like I did a good job with this.
I just want to perform and be proud and remind myself why I love music. That's my goal.
Sure, one person will be ranked in front of another, but the one thing that you can always leave with and be proud of is your own artistic expression.
My wife and I, we have supported the arts in Edmonton for decades. And as you probably may know, my wife passed away a year ago. And I miss having her here. We both loved going out. Movies were great, opera was great, symphony was great. We just grew into it. We have already heard these voices, and they are stellar. They have extraordinary talent, and they use it. They need to get recognized, they need to get experience on the stage. And my family is so thrilled and privileged to be able to help them on their way.
Tonight is going to look like a celebration of emerging talent in Canada. We're really excited about the artists who have joined us here this year. They're so talented, they're so energetic and fun, and they really deserve all the success in the world.
I think if you've never experienced an operatic voice live before, you will be wowed by how much this little thing can do with years and years and years of training. And the only way to experience it is live and in person. Knowing how fierce this competition is simply to get to this level for all the singers here, we're so proud of every single one of them that come.
They have to learn languages, they have to be able to move and to act. They need to grow a certain mindset to be able to go through these challenges because they are facing so many challenges at the same time, you know. So it's extremely difficult to get where they are tonight.
I've been working with their voices in a smaller studio, and so that's very different than what an acoustic room can do for a voice and how you use that room. So I'm really, really interested in seeing how their voice fills the hall and how they as a person fill the hall.
Please join me in welcoming all of our finalists back to the stage. What an extraordinary night. To our finalists, thank you so much for all your courage, all your heart. The award goes to Korin Thomas-Smith.
It's so hard to describe how I feel right now because I feel like I haven't really even processed it myself. It's a mixture of like feeling incredibly honored, humbled. I think it's so crazy because all of these people who are my friends, I watched them give such beautiful performances. And I sat there thinking, I'm like, there's no way I have it because everyone had something so amazing to give.
I would like to thank the Rumbold family for their generosity and hospitality.
And I think me and the other finalists are going to get together, pop a little bottle of champagne, celebrate the week. So it's going to be a nice night. And truly the best way to cap off what was a really nice experience here in Edmonton.